This time we're using intercept form. They're going to give us the x-intercepts. Our x-intercepts are -2 and 4, and they're also giving us a point. We're going to start this the same way. Our first step is going to be to plug in your x-intercepts. Our x-intercepts are -2 and 4. So y equals a. If my first intercept is -2, how should I write that in the formula? X, because -2 is the p. So x minus a -2, that would be x plus 2. Remember that it's opposite. And the other set of parentheses would be x minus 4. Lovely. Okay, now we're saving this for later because we are going to revise this once we know what our a value is. Our goal is to find a and then rewrite that equation with the known a value. All right, step 2 is use the point. The point they gave us is 2, 5. Now this x value of 2 is going to be put in 2 places, and the y value 5 goes in place of the y. But because this is intercept form, that x value gets used more than once. So 5 equals a times 2 plus 2 times 2 minus 4. I'll highlight here as well so you can see where that all came from. All right, how much should we rely on our calculator? A lot. I think you all said a lot a little bit too quickly. That's mildly disturbing. All right, you could do 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 minus 4 is -2, 4 times -2 is -8, and then do the division. What I like to do is grab my calculator and just type everything that comes after the a in there. So parentheses, 2 plus 2, close my parentheses, parentheses, 2 minus 4, close my parentheses. As long as I'm sure that I'm not suffering from fat finger syndrome and like punching it in incorrectly, we need to, like, you can just use your calculator. So this stuff all ends up being -8. Now, if you want to do that step by step, that's totally fine. But, come on, erase. But this stuff right here ends up being -8. So 5 equals a times -8. We would divide both sides by -8. 5 divided by -8. A is -0.625. Now we know our a value. We can now plug that in that first step. So we revise your first step. Y equals -0.625 times x plus 2 times x minus 4. Okay, let's talk briefly about the word problem, just in case there's one like this on your assignment. But the word problem is asking you to do the same thing. A meteorologist creates a parabola to predict the temperature tomorrow, where x is the number of hours after midnight and y is the temperature in degrees Celsius. Write a function that models the temperature over time. So they're giving you the 2 x-intercepts. The intercepts are at 4 and 24. Then they're giving you a point, 0, 9.6. So the first step of that is just exactly what we just did. Plug in your intercepts, then plug in your point, solve for a, and then replace a in that first step. The second part of this says, what is the coldest temperature? That question is asking for the minimum value of this parabola. The minimum value happens here at the vertex. Now you can probably look at this picture and see that the coldest temperature is -10. But what they want you to do is Find the average between 4 and 24. What's halfway between 4 and 24? Anyone know that off the top of their head? 4 plus 24 is 28. Half of 28 is 14. They want you to plug in 14 into the equation that you created. So they want you to plug in 14 to see what y value you get. That y value would be the minimum value. That would be the answer to that question. So really they're just asking you, great, you have this equation in intercept form. Now find the vertex. If you know how to find the vertex from intercept form, you have the information that you need. Yep. To find the minimum or maximum value, you have to have the vertex. So if it's not vertex form, you have to do a little bit of work to find the vertex. The x-intercepts are the 4 and the 24. All right. Your assignment is 2.4 part 1. It is the last Big Ideas Math assignment that you have in there. Make sure that you've done all 5 of those Big Ideas Math assignments. If you don't see them on your main assignments page, make sure you check your overdue tab. I don't want you to think that you have them all done when you've got a couple of assignments sitting in the overdue tab just waiting to be finished, because then you won't get the points for them.